SlayBaes, welcome back. So today I'll be showing you how to install knotless box braids. I did use the lock-in edge gel along with a braid parting comb. I did go ahead and do the rest of the hair. I just wanted to show you my technique at the front. So what I'm doing now, I'm sectioning off 2 rows of braids. So they're the last 2 rows, one on the left side, one on the right side. And I'm going to do 5 on each side for a total of 10 braids. At the end of this look, I will have 78 box braids. So I guess you can call this size medium. Back is kind of tricky. I'm trying to use my finger to kind of measure out how much it could be before I part. It looks like one side is skinnier than the other, so I'm trying to get about the same amount of hair in each part, so that it will look boxy and not really rectangled kind of. So this is a part of the do-it-yourself process that takes a little longer. But I do want to go ahead and section off those all the way so that once I do start installing the braids, it'll be easier. And I'm tying off that other side. And I just showed you where I have the pieces of hair already laid out. And I'm just applying the edge gel to the first section and detangling it. And then I'm going to part 3 sections from that first section for the 3 parts of my braids. And I'm going to go ahead and start a braid. I'm going to pull on my natural hair, make sure it's smooth and tight, as there will be no knot to hold it. It's only my hair. And I'm going to go in with 1 piece, sandwich it over my finger, and I'm slipping it into my pointer finger. I will have a section of the video where I slow down this process so that you can see better with what I'm doing. I'm sandwiching it, pulling my pointer finger that's holding the braid and pulling the hair through that finger one more time up under that pointer finger, and then I braid down. So it's easier for me to braid close to my scalp as if I am doing scalp braids or cornrows, so that it stays tight. And then once I'm able to bring it around and not have my hands behind my head, I just do that. And then these braids are very long, so as you can see, I put the braided part in between my teeth to create more tension as I braid it all the way down. And so I'm just starting on the second section. And as you can see, I'm just braid my natural hair. I'm going to take a piece of the extension, put it in between that pointer finger. Put it in between that pointer finger, and I'm going to pull my natural hair right there and then braid. And I'm using 3 pieces of extension in each one so that I get a kind of uniform look. Braids are all about uniformity. As it's so many of them, most imperfections are not seen, but the more uniform, the more beautiful braids are. Just pulling right there on my natural hair so that I can make sure it's completely tight before I continue with the extension. And getting the other hair out of the way, because like I said, I do braid close to my scalp, mimicking cornrows, just so that I can keep that tension while my hands are behind my head until I can bring it around. And this is 68-inch extension, so it tangles a lot while braiding it because you're not able to release the end of the braid at every twist. So it does take a little longer with the detangling part. And I'm braiding these halfway down and I'm leaving the rest. I'm just trying to install them as quickly as possible so that I can have a time where I braid down the hair instead of individually doing it after every install of a braid. And then I have my little mirror. Of course, you can look in a small mirror to see what's in the big mirror behind you. And that's what's helping me figure out what's going on behind my head. You see that pointer finger on top? I'm slipping that extension in between that pointer finger, pulling on my natural hair, and then braiding. I'm going to take this piece, slip it up under that pointer finger, and braid. One more time. Slip it up under that pointer finger, and braid. So one extension goes under the pointer finger where that hair is. The other part, I'll have to show you when I go to the slowdown, when we get to the slowdown. Okay, so we're on to the other side and we have to section it off, and I'm making the parts the exact same as the other side. So we have all of those parted and in their sections. We're going to start with this front, add some edge gel to every single section, and then you're going to part your 3 braiding pieces and go ahead and get your first braid grip. Slip that extension under that pointer finger, slip it again, and then one more time under that pointer finger. Sometimes I add edge gel as I'm braiding. Sometimes, of course, stray hairs get out, and I am going to trim each braid, and I don't want myself to be trimming my real hair. So I do want to kind of mesh it into the braid more so I don't jeopardize natural hair loss. So we're coming up on the slow down section. I'm sectioning it into 3 parts for braiding. And I'm making sure that I have all of the hairs in each section pulled tightly. Your natural hair is the start of the braid. So you're braiding under, you're pulling one over, and you're pulling the last one under. When you go to pull the next one over, that part where you're holding the braid now, and you have that pointer finger, you'll take the extension, slip it under the pointer finger, let go, pull tension on your natural hair, and pull both behind the next strand. That left piece of the hair is up under the next hand that you grab. You're going to pull it and pull it behind, and now at the top of your pointer finger you have a piece of natural hair with no extension. You'll sandwich the extension hair, push it up against the natural hair while putting it up under your pointer finger. Push it up against the natural hair, pointer finger, stick your pointer finger in the loop, grab it with that pointer finger firmly, pull that natural hair, create tension, and both the extension and the natural hair, braid it. Grab the next piece at the top. That piece right there has the other side of the extension. That hair is in place. You're going to add one more the same way. So it's a total of 3 in each one. Mesh it up to that hair and put your pointer finger through that loop. The hair that's on the top of the pointer finger gets half of the hair. The hair that grabbed with the pointer finger gets half of that hair. And you'll continue to braid. Like I said, I like to braid on or very close to my scalp, mimicking cornrows so that I can continue that tension while my hands are behind my head until I get enough length to pull it around and braid on the side of my head or in front of my head. Adding in some edge gel just to make sure that my hairs are inside of the braid. And then I'll continue this technique for the last 2 braids to go on to complete this look. Okay, this is the last one. I'm just once again edge gel, detangle, 3 parts. You start your braid, you hit the 1, 2. And I always grab my hair with the same hand. So that right hand pointer finger is my strongest. I'm gonna Use that every time. It's just like basketball. They say when you aim with your left hand, and your right hand is the power hand. So your left hand, is an assist. You have all the power with the right hand, depending on whether you're right or left-handed. So all of the braids are installed, and at this time I have to go back in and braid down the braids that I have braided halfway all the way to the ends as far as I can go. I like to braid it all the way to the ends because I don't like to have a lot of excess hair on the ends that can get matted. I know I like to keep my braids for a long time. So having them all the way braided to the ends helps with that. And while I have this braid in my teeth, I make sure that the part that I put in my teeth is firmly braided already. And then I rub it down to make sure there are no lumps and bumps while I'm doing it. The purpose of me putting it in my teeth is to create tension so that the braids aren't floppy and they're going straight down. And some of them aren't loose, some of them aren't too tight. It creates more of a uniform look through the braids all the way down. I've completed it. You can see this is how the ends look before dipping them. So one last step before dipping them, I do go in and I snip all of the excess hair that I can get off of each braid. This took me a while, guys. Like I said, I have 78 braids. This is basically a small, medium type braid style. And it took me a minute to clip every single braid. But you need to clip every one, touch every braid. If you're gonna do it yourself, take your time. Sit there and do it yourself. Don't half do it. At this point, I'm looking at myself like, girl, ain't nobody got time to be snipping every braid. But yeah. Go ahead and snip those braids. Don't half step. You almost through. Complete the look. Okay, guys, I've dipped my braids in hot boiling water. I went back over my edges with edge control, and this is the final look. I'm excited. It really turned out nice. Neat knotless braids. Do it yourself. Alright, SlayBaes, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this look. It turned out so nice. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that the next time I post a video, you will be the first to see it. Alright guys, see you next time.